I do think we are getting there, Hassan. We are live on day 3 of this insane challenge from the south in Barcelona. How are you
It's
feeling today?
exhausted. Ooh, like look at that. Getting the lighting going.
Yeah, do that. I think we're gonna talk a little bit about that. So let's talk a little bit of first what we're gonna have on today. We're gonna talk about the product more and more about the product because
Yeah,
it's literally getting there. It's amazing. And we're gonna have
it is.
Josh live from Chicago. He's a YouTuber, so he's going to join us. And a quick reminder of what the challenge is here. So we are 4 days in building a full software startup, and we are on day 3. And the software we're building is a special piece of software for content creators that helps them do the other work than doing the actual content. So if you're a podcaster, it'll do all the text around. If you're a YouTuber, it'll do all the text and social posts and so on. And we're far now. It's cool. We are really far. And we have some big wins today too, which we're going to talk about. But first, I want to talk about maybe why we had a little bit of a rough day today. I think um, I think it's also we talked about this before, the old messy middle where
Yeah, yeah.
the excitement of before and the first couple of days, and then 2 days have gone, and now you're just in the middle of it, and you also start seeing the end of it, and you're not quite there yet. I think that played a role. How do you feel about all that?
Yeah, exactly. I think today was a really crazy day.
Yeah,
I think we got like a lot of stuff done that would usually take a very long time to do
yeah.
that we actually got done. But then, once you run into the unknown, I guess it's really frustrating, right? So
And that's what
yeah,
technology is, right? I mean,
it
if
is.
everything
It
just
is.
worked, you built this product in an hour. I mean, you just, yeah, that was it. What next? But it's just in the real world. It's just problem after problem,
Yeah,
and yeah, and we had a couple of. I mean, I want to talk a little bit about. I mean, first of all, you also work too much today, right? We had sort of we try and do a schedule here so that
mm,
we start around 9ish, and then Hassan sits by himself so he can work by. But you literally had breakfast, and then we tried to get you down for lunch around 1 o'clock, and you literally didn't come down until 3, 4 o'clock, right? And we said,
yeah,
"Hey, what's
yeah.
happening?" And yeah, what happened there?
I mean, I was just in a bit of. I mean, it was twofold. One was I was in a little bit of a flow,
Yeah,
because I needed to provision the entire like live actual servers because everything was running locally on my machine. But obviously, like that's not gonna help anyone if it's not actually on the web. So I like had to buy a server and had to do all the DNS stuff and put everything up there and get a database and provision that and push everything. So there was all of this.
right.
And then yeah, like actually doing a lot of the release process per se. Um, that was also a ton of work. And we came up with this like cool trick of because these YouTube files or like video files are really big when you're doing a new
Humongous.
release. Yeah, so having to like upload a 6 gig file is pretty nuts. When in
Yeah,
reality, all I really need is the audio, at least for what we're doing now. So we came up with this idea of like, what if we can just have the file in your browser and then transform it into audio and then upload that? And I didn't think it was gonna work, but it worked. So, so that was
exactly.
cool. That was cool. But it took a while, right? Like, and it was just like a lot of work. So yeah,
But that was a big deal. That was actually a big deal. That was a real I because this has always been a concern of mine with this product. It's like, okay, I know how long it takes to upload these files, and so
yeah,
there's an opportunity to actually um, do separate it locally and then upload it. It's really smart, and that's
yeah,
working now. And
exactly.
you're going to show us that, Hassan. So that's amazing
Hmm.
too. Okay, so let
Exactly.
me just give you a little bit of the marketing, the promotional wins here because we had a few today. We got an article on indie hackers, so it's this I don't know, like builder website. We posted there and got some likes and stuff. That's kind of cool. The website is actually really quite far now. We have a
Hmm.
logo. It looks nice. It's a good landing page. And the reason why we know it's a good landing page is because a lot of people landed there and actually used it. So we
They
now,
be
and this is
landing.
the Yeah, this is the wild thing, and you all met Stefan yesterday, and along with Levin, who's been helping with the marketing. Stefan has done an amazing job. I mean, he's been all over Reddit and Discord, and like literally the posts that he has done has have had 10 thousands of views. And this has
Mhm.
led to people coming to the Just Release website, and now we have a waiting list of, hold on here, 85 people that say they want to try this product.
Wow.
So no pressure, Hassan, on building something here. So it's
Yeah.
really really cool to see that there's such interest in it. I must say, and yeah, so that's been a really really big win. We woke up this morning. I know Stefan had been working late last night, and it's like holy crap! It's like 64 people already, and now it's up to 85 and just growing all the time. So super cool, I must say. Really really pleased with that.
Yeah, that's really awesome. That's really awesome.
Yeah,
I'm
me
very,
too.
very impressed by, especially like the Reddit stuff.
Yeah.
And I think like you also mentioned the Discord. How much of that was, or like what's the point? Like I don't know. You guys are doing the marketing stuff. So what's
Yeah,
the whole
yeah, yeah.
Discord thing?
Yeah, you should definitely not ask me about Discord. This is not my core competence. So we talked a little bit about it yesterday, but they're it's like twofold. So Discord is like a free version,
Yeah.
community version of Slack, which has a specific format that reminds you of Slack. That's one thing. And then there are
Hmm.
communities you can pitch into. At the same time, we're also building a Discord channel for ourselves. So we've opted not to build any social channels for the product yet because we didn't think we can do anything in 4 days, meaning building
Hmm.
an X account or LinkedIn, all those things. You can do that, but after 4 days you have 12 followers, and that just doesn't help you much.
Yeah.
Discord can move faster, and we've seen now that Discord actually already has not hundreds but like tens of people in the group, which means we can communicate directly. Hey, check out this feature, how's this, and so on. So that's exciting.
Hmm.
But it's very popular. It came out of gaming, and people use Discord a lot for this kind of product development. Okay, so Hassan, before we bring Josh on in a couple of minutes, we'd love to spend a little bit of time on what you talked about earlier. Is that so? You took My Founders Weekly, you onboarded
Hmm.
it, and then you want to show what it's like to upload a file. How does that work, and so on. And in a second, we'll bring Josh on. He's a YouTuber, and we'll use his channel too. And I know Hassan was really nervous about this,
Yeah.
because we're going to do, yeah, which is not true. I'm the one who's nervous, and he says this should work, and my bar for going live with something is higher than this should work, and he has a hard time accepting
Yeah.
that. No, it's funny.
I
So
mean,
yeah,
it is what it is. Yeah.
it is what it is, and we're live. So Hassan, do you want to show us how that works when you upload a file? This is we're simulating now. The Founders Weekly is already on, and now I'm doing a new release. How does that work?
Yes. So let
And as
me.
you do that and take over the screen, I can tell you that we'll have
Mhm.
Josh on in a few minutes. I'm sure he'll be knocking on our door in a few minutes, so we need a little bit of time before we're ready for him. But go ahead.
Cool, cool, cool. All right. So I will figure out this chat thingy.
Yes, sir. I don't want to
Nice.
jinx it, but it's incredible that we actually have a live stream that worked. It started on
I
time
know.
and it worked. So now it's going to explode any second, I'm sure of it.
Yes. All right, cool. So this is Founders Weekly, right? And this is actually the episode that we uploaded. So this was not even on there, right? Like this TAM video is something that I had been working with for Just Learn basically like quite a while ago, and I somehow had this file on my machine, which was nice because I was able to test stuff. But basically, what we did is we uploaded Founders Weekly. So again, like this is all the previous episodes, and from this import status, essentially, like once you're uploading, in fact, like I can show here, maybe, yeah, cool. Because this is one I just uploaded where it's running, like which means it's doing the transcription and all this crazy stuff that we're doing in the background. But for Founders Weekly, we had already started it, and then all we had to do is go to new release, and this is where all that magic happened. So, ooh, let me see if I can remember where I put this. So it
While you do that,
was
Hassan, I'm going to
yes.
explain a little bit the entire. So, just for people to understand what actually happens when a new YouTuber podcaster comes along. So, they go to the website and they say, "Hey, I have this podcast." They only put in the address of the podcast, the URL. Then what happens is that we gather the last 20 episodes. And it's, okay, that's fine. That's a little bit of data. No, no, they're usually an hour each. So we have to
Yeah,
like suck out the audio, and when we suck out the audio, we read every single line that's in there. So before you start doing a release like this, you've already read a few books about me, almost, right?
exactly, exactly, quite a bit, and
Yeah,
not just that. Like, what's actually going on in the background is I'm also analyzing all of your videos. So running quite a few analysis on all the titles from before, all the descriptions from before, all your transcripts. I'm making, let's just call them executive summaries when it comes to
yeah,
that. And I'm telling the LLM when I'm creating those summaries to look out for very specific things, right? That from my experience really help when generating new content, right? And also even that schema of like what things are interesting and what are not, we're also having the LLM change that. So like the questions it asks itself, it's kind of self-fixing, if you want to say, or self-improving, right? So I have the
yeah.
file here. It's your 10 video file, right? So this is
Go
a
for it.
video file, which is pretty big. It's about a gig or so. I'm just gonna drop it here. So see, preparing to convert. So what it's doing now is it's converting the video into an audio. Boom, 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 and done. Right. So it did the thing. It converted it into an audio, and we don't even need like a very high, what's called like a bit rate or just like
Quality.
quality
Yeah.
of the audio. Yeah. But it needs to be a minimum amount.
The
So
TAM, or the
I don't know
total
if you can
addressable
hear.
market,
Oh,
is one
here
of
we
the
go.
primary
Who's this
reasons
guy?
why
Probably
the
not. You can't hear,
We
right?
heard
Oh,
it.
you
We
can?
heard. We heard. We heard too much already.
Nice. Cool. So, and then I'm gonna submit it.
Yeah.
Um, so boom, it created it. And, as you
Progress
can
bar.
see, like this is going from today, the progress bar is running. And it's just, as we're doing this, it's gonna be transcribing. After it transcribes, the first things it's gonna do is it's gonna do the executive summary thing, which we can see here. So these are things that I mean, we weren't even sure if we want to show the user, but these are actually things that I'm using in the background.
Just
So
to
the
check if it's
overview
okay,
is a
right?
bit of a summary. Exactly, yeah. The key points are things I also feed into the model later. Some very specific quotes, themes, and takeaways. So this is being generated for this. Well, first the transcript, and then that gets generated. And then if it doesn't have a title and a description, it also generates them. So again, what's funny here is I uploaded this same video, right? So this is all by the LLM. So the title it came up with was "How to Calculate Your TAM Like a Pro." I don't know what your title was originally, but I really
It's
like
a
this.
good question. It's something like it's not far off, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder how. But if you notice, like, so, how to hire and work with global teams.
Yeah.
So it's following a very, very, very specific format. So it's not, coming up with random. I'm just gonna call it like LLM crap because there's so
Yeah.
much of that, right? So yeah, but that's the
That's the
gist of
gist of
that.
it. Cool. We're gonna.
Yeah.
I'm sure that Josh is listening right now. We're gonna ask
Hmm.
him to come along, and I think he's gonna knock on the door anytime. But yeah, this is it. So it's still converting, Hassan. It looks like the progress bar is going, or did you kill it, or what happened?
No, it's going. I think it's also because I was running. So yeah, so this is funny because this was the this is Josh's video that I uploaded here. Funnily
Oh
enough,
yeah,
because I was testing that the upload's working, but it did work, so which is nice.
that's all good.
Right now I'm just waiting on the transcription to be done. I mean, this wasn't a short video, right? This was like
No,
11 minutes. So that should take a minute and a half, something like that,
that's cool.
assuming there's nothing else running, which,
Yeah,
but yeah, it'll be done any second.
perfect. And I see Josh knocking on the door, so we're gonna let him in right now.
Yes, and I will
What's
stop
up, Josh?
sharing for
How are we
now.
doing?
Good. How you doing?
Doing good. Doing good. We are. We've been live on here for like 15 minutes, and we're gonna knock on wood here because this is the first time we've ever had the technology work for us. So we're really proud of ourselves
Yeah,
at this point.
very
That's
true.
great. That's great.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to
So
this.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, Josh. I know you're a YouTuber. So we work together on specifically on thumbnails. So Josh is this amazing designer who has I can thank for getting this crazy click throughs on all my videos. It's because Josh has made them. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Josh.
Yeah, so I go by Tropic. Obviously, you know me as Josh, but I go by Tropic on YouTube, and I do mainly on the channel we're going to look at today. I mainly do finance, entertainment challenges, anything related to business. So, talking stocks, crypto, drop shipping, e-commerce, anything along that line, and just trying to make it entertaining, doing some different challenges and stuff. And then on a couple other channels, I do a little bit of just like YouTube marketing and helping businesses grow as well. So that's mostly in the realm that I'm in.
Fantastic. Very cool. So I wanted to. We've been chatting about this product here for a couple of weeks. When I sort of told you about it, you were like pretty excited. Like, I could use this. Well, what are your thoughts? Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think that if it's done right, it can be a very useful product because there's something that a lot of creators don't have. There's a lot of tools that are being made right now that are kind of just extensions of ChatGPT. So
Yeah.
if this tool, which it seems like it can so far from what I've seen, if it can do a lot more than that and actually function, like where me as a creator, I can use it on the daily, then I think it would be a very, very good use case. And I would actually, want to purchase the product or use the product in any, in any way, shape, or form.
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you. So you're one of the people that we sort of, when we did validation before we took this and said, look, is there any, does this make sense or not? And we're glad to hear it. But the big question, which is like, does this work or not? So that's the big one. That's where I pass it on to Hassan. I think I walk away with no responsibility. I said, Hassan, you fix this. But we wanted to give Hassan a
Yeah.
little bit of a challenge here today because YouTube is not trivial. Podcast a little bit easier because it's like a public format and so on. YouTube has been a little bit tricky. So Hassan, I'd love for you to take it away from here, or maybe start with some comments if you have any.
Yeah, I mean, YouTube. So basically, in August 2024, today I went through a whole history lesson with YouTube. They started cracking down on downloaders or scrapers or whatever the heck you want to call it, right? So I've been having to deal with a whole lot of running through a lot of loops since the morning to get YouTube to work. Everything works perfectly on podcast and RSS, like literally perfectly, right? But the moment we hit YouTube, it just goes nuts. So, however, it's working for now. The problem is, and I actually talked to a good friend of mine who solves this problem, and he said that this is just continuous headache. YouTube is really cracking down on this. So that's going to be something, probably not for this weekend to solve, but something to like
Oh,
solve later. But for now, the workaround I have for the probably, I don't know, it might break now, but I hope not, is working. So I think like I suggest we just try it. Like let's
let's do it.
maybe input in your channel and go
Let's
for it.
go. Cool. Take a screen,
So
please.
I do have a link to it. Um, so here we go.
You don't have the screen yet,
I am.
Hassan. Just
Oh
so
yeah, sorry.
yeah.
Stop sharing. Pop, 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 pop.
And just so you know that this is not something that takes like 2 seconds because it's actually taking all the
Yeah,
videos and sort of listening to them and then going. Go ahead. Hassan.
yeah. So here we go. This is it, right?
Yes.
I think so. Cool. So first thing, it's gonna grab the info. I mean, this is something, it's funny because all the podcasts I've done so far have had a really long, complicated description, but yours is just super YouTuber returns,
Yeah.
which was interesting for the system because the system was like, okay, this is too short, and it just created one for itself, which I
Hmm.
was I was like, okay, cool. But yeah, like obviously it's good to have a good description. It really helps, especially when we're trying to what do you call it, like generate stuff for the episodes. But let's just continue. Creating project, fantastic. So what it just
Look at
did
this.
is it pulled in all your videos. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to import, maybe let's just do five, maybe.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, we'll import five, so which means we're going to learn and train on these five videos. And here goes nothing. Please, YouTube, don't. Oh, did it just block me? Let me check real quick. Um, oh no, I know what's going on. Sorry, this is entirely unrelated, actually. I can fix it real quick. It's because because we were trying stuff with your channel a little bit earlier. This will take 1 second. I'll just fix
Cool,
it real
cool.
quick.
Actually, we were on the live stream yesterday. We had some issues also when we were on, and while I was talking, sometimes it looked like Hassan was a little bit distracted. It was because he was coding as we were on live. Oh, I need to fix this before. So I guess
Yeah,
we're back again, which is good.
yeah. Yeah, this is gonna take just a little bit.
So once
There
this
we go.
this function is operating once more, what are we going to be seeing on the other side?
Yeah, I can do that, Hassan, while you do the coding.
Go
So
for
so
it.
first
Yeah.
of all, so all these 5 videos are now being as soon as this happens, all these videos are being transcribed. So so the knowledge base has everything that's in this video, and then we're not doing outputs yet, like not exactly what you're looking for, like title, description, all those
Mm,
things, but we're building summaries and those kinds of things
Yeah.
from these right now just to show that it works. So the big operation is really, taking it all in, training on it, and then building summaries and so on, which then will turn out to be descriptions and so forth.
gotcha.
You know what? Actually, I have an even faster way to do this. Let's just import those last three because I know I haven't touched these before, I think,
Okay.
and that should work.
Yeah.
And by the way, technically it didn't fail. What it did is it just like figured out, oh shit, like I've seen this before. I just haven't like coded it to gracefully handle that yet, which should have done it. I just
It
didn't think of
handles it, but just not
that.
gracefully.
Just not gracefully. It should have just said like, oh, you've done these before, I don't really need to grab these. So, but okay, so right now it's doing cool. So it just did it. So now, while we can continue talking, in fact, I'll stop sharing. But now it's doing the transcriptions for those 3 videos and doing the key takeaways and adding it to the model. So that's probably going to take like 5 minutes, a little bit less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And then when that's done, obviously the whole idea of the product is that at some point you're going to do a new release, then you click new episode, something like that, new release, and you drag in the file and just the file. You just drag in the file, and even if it's a big file, I know you saw us before, even if it's a big file, it only takes the sound. Now we transcribe
Yeah.
that, and then we do output based on that, which is sort of the magic, right?
Gotcha. Yeah,
Yeah,
that sounds pretty good.
that's cool.
So one of the early, I guess, output we have right now is the title and description and the keywords. And I was really hoping today to work on a whole bunch of outputs because actually this is, I would say, the easiest part. Like once the machine is there, then I'm able to tell it to generate like anything. But we were just like Heini said earlier, dealing with so much shit today. Like it was just a crazy day. So yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm wondering like what kind of because we've asked others that have come on like what kind of output you would be interested in other than obviously like title description and keywords and social posts is something that we already have in the pipeline.
Yeah, curious.
Yeah, well, me and Heine talked about this previously a little bit. We talked about also not just like the current video, which is pretty cool, but also if it can learn from those previous videos, like we were just talking about, and if it can generate possibly some future titles and ideas based off of that information that it learned. I think that would be very helpful.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, before
Yeah, I
before
mean
before
I,
videos
that
even
that
get made.
yeah, that's the same thing we heard yesterday, right? And it's also yeah, I mean maybe we should have worked on that today. We can maybe work on it tomorrow. We still have a whole thing to, because again, this is the kind of stuff that is totally doable at this point.
Tomorrow is going to be, let's put it this way, hardcore prioritization. We really have to pick our
Yeah.
battles tomorrow, right? It's going to be because we have to do a lot of things tomorrow. We're going to get out to all these people that are on the wait list and say, hey, you got to try this product now, and so on. So it's going to be full on tomorrow. If we're tired today, let's make sure we get a good night's sleep tonight at least. So how's the
Yeah.
import coming, Hassan?
Yeah, let me take a look real quick. So one of them is already done. Um, Still waiting on 2 more.
Okay, nice.
So it's running transcriptions. Yeah.
Perfect.
What's the timeline for the rest of the product release?
48 hours.
The
The
rest,
deal is
yeah,
we
I
want
mean,
we want it out
yeah.
of tomorrow. Yeah. We're also
Yeah, I
smart
mean,
here.
what are we thinking? Are we because that's actually one of the thing. Like I did productionize everything today. Probably minus payments. That still needs a little bit of work to be on production, but maybe like half an hour of work. So everything is ready. When it comes to us releasing, like obviously minus fixing like some bugs here and there. So yeah,
We're optimistic.
we should
And
we
there is
should
a backend and all.
we're
You saw it. There's all
yeah.
the backend there, and it just gives you an idea about where we are. That we did a logo during the day, and Hassan also has a logo. It's a different logo on there because we didn't have time to put the logo on there. But there is a backend called Just Release and all those things. So it's kind of
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Okay, cool. It is done.
So let's
So
see it.
I'll share my screen again.
Let's do it.
That didn't take that long
No, I think that was pretty good.
because it's doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
it's doing a lot of stuff.
and that was the first day. Like the first day was all about trying to make this as fast as possible. Because I mean, this stuff usually takes half an hour, 45 minutes to do this correctly. Okay, cool. So now all of this is in the database. In fact, I'm gonna check one more thing. Okay, cool. So it even did all the overview stuff and the key points and the quotes and the themes and the takeaways. So now I guess let's just add a new release.
Yeah.
What I
This
went
is where the
ahead
fun
and
starts.
did, yeah, as I downloaded your latest video. Damn it, let me remember where the heck did I download it again?
Yeah, we got it from Josh too, and I sent it to you. But yeah,
Yes,
it might not have been
I
that far.
think
I'm not
this
sure.
is it. Let me see. Let me make sure.
Yeah, there should be a drive link.
Yeah, 2 seconds.
But this is a big deal that we could actually upload video without uploading the video. It's really
Yeah,
really
yeah.
important.
And I wonder in the future if it'd be possible to not only sort of train this whole thing on your own channel, but if you wanted to try to import some other channels, maybe some competitors or some channels you like, and to try to get inspiration, and then it can kind of
Yeah,
take data from all those and then create something new.
Okay, cool.
yeah,
I found it.
yeah. I love while Hassan does this, so I'll answer. So one of the core ideas with this product is that it does things in your style, right? But we might also have an opinion about that and say, look, Josh, we know this is your style, but it's not great. And then
Yeah.
suggest based on all the knowledge we have, right? So, I mean, that's really something we'd love to do. So we say, yeah, this is all your style, boom, boom, boom. We think you can do 3 improvements here. So that's also something we think, and that would be learned based on others.
Nice, yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so I found it. So what it just did is it transformed it from a video to an audio.
For the
so
past
it's
couple
easier
months,
to
I've been
upload.
searching far and wide for a way to multiply my
Very
Here we
loud.
go.
If it has to turn anything he touched into gold, I was looking for a secondary source of income. I mean,
Great.
That was
So
the right
we're gonna
video.
upload. That was the right one, and it created it. So this is something that we had just talked about. It's a little bug we have. It's
Known
it's
bug.
a bug and it's a bug and not a bug. So it's because like most of the day was spent on podcasts, right? And with podcasts, there's usually the same picture. So what it does is it just uses the same picture from your latest episode. That is in this case, like whatever this was, right? The 100 millionaires one.
Yeah.
But this is another thing where, yeah, we're planning on having like thumbnail generation and stuff like that, or at least allowing you to like upload stuff. So yeah, but don't worry about this. It's even like it's by reference, which means like this isn't actually part of it, because if it was, it would also affect the generation. Yeah.
And the progress bar is going, so it's reading all the stuff.
Yeah. So right
Tell
now,
us.
what it's doing is it's transcribing and figuring out like what this is about and who's talking in it and what the point is, and then it's going to generate a title and a description, and put it in the database in general. So it'll also affect future releases as well.
Yeah, so it learns. Yeah.
Yeah. So the more releases, obviously, the better. The more it'll learn, especially releases that are uploaded through us and that were not there previously.
Yeah.
Which is just like this one. Yeah.
How long was this one? Was 10 minutes?
Yeah.
I think it was like 11 minutes. Yeah. 11 minutes 4 seconds.
That's cool.
Imagine if we had to upload that as a whole video. That probably would have taken quite a bit.
Oh my god, yeah. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, I'm so glad this whole separating the audio thing or transforming to an audio worked. Because otherwise,
It'd be
yeah.
hard to use.
But in general, like one thing actually I just thought about, it would be nice for us to add like notifications in general, like desktop notifications. At least I'm gonna send emails and stuff, but desktop note, because that way, you know, you can upload your
leave
release,
it.
especially if it's like an hour release. That's gonna take like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, right? And yeah, and just like go and do something else, and it'll give you a notification and tell you.
I'm thinking we have a bug here, Hassan. What do you think?
No. It takes some time.
Yeah, okay.
Because this isn't the normal import, right? This is a whole new release, which means like this is where it's doing all the generation. So
Oh yeah, of course. It's different.
yeah.
How does the progress bar work?
How does it work?
Yeah.
This
How's the math behind it?
Well, it's just I have an endpoint on the server that essentially checks what's going on, and it keeps pinging it. So it pings it around like every 5 seconds, and it checks like, hey, what's up? And then the
done?
server
Okay.
comes back and says, nope, still working.
Okay.
And for it to say I'm done, so when it says it's running, sometimes you might see it say pending, which means like, oh, I haven't even started yet, which you know probably people will see once we have a lot of people on, because like things are gonna be kind of queued. But yeah, if it's running, that means it's running for sure.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah,
But yeah,
exciting.
you guys can
We're
talk
excited.
about
We're
life.
just yes we can. So what's it like over there? Are you? It's getting cold over there, right? We're talking about weather. That's always good.
Yeah, it actually snowed for the first time a couple days ago.
Oh,
It's
it
gonna
did?
potentially snow for Thanksgiving and Black
Oh, wow.
Friday, so should be an
Are you
interesting
staying there
time.
for Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I will be.
Yeah. Okay. Otherwise, highly recommended to fly around Thanksgiving in the U.S. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's the most painful. It is the most painful thing ever. Moving around in Thanksgiving in the U.S. is no fun.
Yeah, anytime in general in the holiday season is
Yeah,
it's pretty tough.
it gets messy. What are you getting for Black Friday? And again, this is an important question.
I'm getting some new hard drives. Always need those. And some new headphones. I gotta get those too. That's about
Which
it
ones are you
for
getting?
me.
Oh,
Getting
you're done.
the AirPod Maxes.
Oh yeah, okay, that's
all right, it succeeded.
Let's do it. What do you got to say?
So this is what it came up with. It thinks that this should be your title. I tried a $5,000 a day trading strategy.
Josh is not happy.
What do you think? You're not happy?
I mean,
yeah.
I don't think because it doesn't recognize Biaheza, that's not bad. Because if it didn't like recognize it, the whole like the concept's about Biaheza, but if it wasn't for that, then the $5,000 day trading strategy would be a good title. Absolutely.
So you wanted to add like the specific name of what you're doing.
Well, yeah, that's the idea behind that video was to social hack off of Biaheza because he's got 1 million subscribers. So that was
very
the
interesting.
idea. But like I said, the $5,000 day trading strategy. If it wasn't for that, then that would have been a good title option.
Very cool.
Okay, gotcha.
Still learning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a bit of a tough one.
It might be.
Right.
That is
because
a really tough one.
I would think that is a very good clickbaity title. you know.
Yeah.
And then one little bug I have here actually, which I can actually get rid of here. That should work, right? Yeah. So this is like the description it came up with. And this description is also Well, some of most of it at least. Like everything after key takeaways you can ignore. Um, One thing that it does with this description is it also adds things like what's going on now in the world in order to like SEO your description a little bit. Um, it's kind of hard to see with this. Let me see if I can fix this real quick. 'Cause I don't think that's the right one. Uh.
Cool. I think we are gonna move forward here,
Yes,
Hassan.
go for it.
I
Go for
mean,
it.
it feels like the engine is working, right? So we really haven't spent that much time on actually saying what the output should be yet, because we've spent so much. We, as in Hassan mostly, is building the engine, make sure we can read all these things, and then starting to do output, right? So tomorrow, as we release to, we're going to spend a lot of time on optimizing that to get it as accurate as we can. So that is going to be
Yeah,
very
yeah.
exciting.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So I actually want to. We've been on for just over half an hour now, and Josh, first of all, amazing to have you on here. Um, the first YouTuber to try this is you. You can put that on Wikipedia, on your Wikipedia page. That's important. And we're still going to be online one more night, the fourth day, which is tomorrow at 8 Central European, 11 PST. And it is release day. So I think maybe our biggest challenge is going to be how do we define release? We're definitely going to have some customers on there or some people on there. We're hoping to see if we can sell a license or two. That's also the plan. And we'll see. I had an idea of also putting even more pressure on Hasanas if there isn't enough, and see if I can find an international podcast or international YouTuber and see how that
Yeah.
goes. Meaning non-English, which is a part of the features here because some of these tools are really good at that too. So I'm excited about that. But guys, make sure you follow tomorrow too. And Josh and Hassan, thank you very much. We'll see you all tomorrow.
See you.
And please stay on for just a second. I need to push a couple of buttons here, and it's gonna do plus end stream here, I think.
All right, I think my thing
There you
uploaded.
go. End stream, boom. Okay, I think we are out.